Hey everybody, and welcome once again to the EFT tapping team. We're so happy to have you guys here. We are talking on a very important topic today, and that is stress and overwhelm. Everybody experiences stress and overwhelm. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do for a living. If you've got kids, if you've got a husband, if you're in school, if you
watching political debates.
yeah, if you're watching political debates, it doesn't matter what you've got going on in your life these days. Everyone is so stressed and overwhelmed all the time. And I thought that would be something really good to tap on. Is there anything that you're experiencing that you're having a lot of stress and overwhelm with right now?
Well, part of the things I do in my full-time work is testing coordinator. So right now we're in testing season. So from now through June, pretty much, I'll be testing somebody almost every day.
Wow, that sounds stressful.
It is, and it's more overwhelming even than stressful because you just start chunking up everything. You have to see big picture, so you're forced to chunk things up in your mind anyway. The problem is once you get to this kind of point, you could very easily trip over into overwhelm.
Yeah, and if you don't have a really good grasp what overwhelm is, it's when you've got so many things that you have to do and they all have a sense of urgency right now, and your brain just can't seem to figure out which one to do. And the problem sometimes with overwhelm, it makes you want to shut down because it's like, oh, I don't know where to start, I don't know where to begin. So let's do some tapping on this and tap on the overwhelm and try to get us to a place of balance so that way we can kind of create a line instead of just chaos with feeling overwhelmed. Sound like a good plan?
Sounds good, yeah.
Okay, would you like to lead today?
Sure. Okay. So we're going to go on the karate chop point here. Even though, and I'm going to stop myself for a second because what I'd like you to do is actually tune in for a second to a feeling of overwhelm.
Yes.
Think of something that's getting you overwhelmed and notice how you know you're overwhelmed. Okay, so sometimes we can't really identify a specific thing, like put a word to it, put an idea on it, put a label on it, but you feel it.
Yeah.
If that's as far as you can go, that's fine. Then you're going to focus there. Like, for example, I feel my shoulders are heavy, something like that. Then that's where we're going to focus on the tapping. So as we go through and we do the statements, you'll do that. Or fill in whatever way you know, that kind of thing. Or if you're doing a specific incident or a specific aspect. Even though I'm overwhelmed because I'm planning for my wedding, or even though I'm overwhelmed, I'm not, but even I did, but even though I feel overwhelmed because all my tests are coming up, or things like that. So we'll just follow it along that way. Okay.
Sounds good. Oh, and just a reminder, make sure that you kind of notice where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. So if 10, when you think about the issue, it's like, oh, so overwhelmed, you just want to shut down, and 0, not at all. You want to find kind of where you're at in that mix and kind of take note to notice the changes. We're doing the tapping. So
good point. So let's do that now. I want you to focus in on something that's either a specific issue that's making you feel overwhelmed, or even if it's just a general feeling for the moment. It's okay to tap a global kind of thing like that if you really can't put a specific label on it, because as you tap, you will be able to later. So either way is fine. Don't worry about getting it perfect, getting it, I have to do this perfectly, even though, no, just ease into it. It's a really simple process. So tune in and then evaluate on a 0 to 10. Okay, like Jen said, 0 is really nothing at all. 10 means we're pulling you out of a ceiling or anything else.
Sounds good. Let's get started.
Okay. So once you've evaluated, even though I have this issue, and it's making me feel overwhelmed. I feel it in my chest.
I feel it in my chest.
I feel it in my shoulders.
I feel it in my shoulders.
I feel it everywhere in my body.
I feel it everywhere in my body.
I just want to quit.
I just want to quit.
I just want to stop.
I just want to stop.
It's just too much.
It's just too much.
And I love and accept myself anyway.
I love and accept myself anyway.
Top of the head. This overwhelm.
This overwhelm.
Eyebrow. This overwhelm.
This overwhelm.
Side of the eye. It's just too much.
It's just too much.
Under the eye. What do they want from me?
What do they want from me?
Under the nose. What do I want from me?
What do I want from me?
I just want to give up.
I just want to give up.
I just want to stop.
I just want to stop.
I just want to hide.
I just want to hide.
Okay. Take a deep breath. And out. Good. So now go back and reevaluate what you were tapping on. Whatever the number was before, See if there's a change in it now. Also, notice if there's a change in quality. So for example, let's say it was an 8 before and you felt it in your chest. Now it's still kind of an 8, but now you feel it in your stomach. That's still a movement. That's still a change. So we're going to be following that. So just evaluate. And you had something you wanted to add?
Yeah, you might also have pictures that are coming up as you're doing this. You might not have had something specific before, but as you're doing this, you might start tuning into to a picture of something that's going on in your life. Sometimes people get metaphors too. So if you see something that's not you and you see a picture of, something else, or an animal crawling into a hole, or, kind of wanting to curl up in a ball, whatever it might be, that's okay. It's normal for you to get these kind of thoughts or feelings as we do this process.
And that's a great point. Sometimes it's really helpful to ask yourself, what is this like? So for example, if you're feeling this overwhelmed feeling and you ask yourself, well, what is this like? It's like a bad thunderstorm in my mind. Those are beautiful things to work with, because you could tap on this thunderstorm in my mind, this thunderstorm in my mind, because metaphors speak directly to the subconscious.
Yeah.
So if you could actually put that kind of label on it, put that answer to that question, you'll actually drive deeper a lot faster.
Yeah, as you said that, I had a really good metaphor. It came up with stress and overwhelm and New York City street. That is stress and overwhelm.
Yes, as a former New Yorker, I could attest to trying to cross a Manhattan street.
So let's keep going. Let's do another round.
Sure. Okay, so reevaluate again.
Okay.
Notice where you're at on it. Okay, whatever the number was before, notice what the number is now, and notice how you know, because that might be different also. Okay? All right, so let's continue again, another round. Even though I have this overwhelm.
I've got this overwhelm.
And it's like blank, whatever it is for you.
It's like a New York City street.
Like a New York City street. Everything's just coming and going.
Everything's just coming and going.
And it's going way too fast.
And it's going way too fast.
And it never sleeps.
And it never sleeps.
I accept myself anyway. Top of the head. This overwhelm. It's like a city street.
It's like a city street.
Everything's just rushed.
Everything's just rushed.
Rush, rush, rush.
Rush, rush, rush.
Push, push, push.
Push, push, push.
Got to get to the other side. It's all just way too much. And I just need it to slow down. Okay. Take a deep breath again. And out. Good.
I can feel myself feeling calmer already.
You're almost going to make it across the street.
Yeah, I think
Look out for the cabs, though.
Yes.
Even though I have these cabs, that would be the one. So reevaluate again. Notice where you're at. Okay, whatever the number was before, see if there's a change now. Notice what's different. Okay, and that would be how you would tap through this. Now, ultimately, you want to go until it's a 0.
Yes.
Okay. Don't be surprised, though, as things keep popping into mind as you're working through something like overwhelm, for example. Because again, an overwhelm is a pretty general thing, even though we prefer you focus in on one thing that's causing the overwhelm, if you could identify it.
Sure.
But if you can't, as you do tap on it on this broad stroke kind of level, you will start having more specifics pop up. Okay, so it's always a good idea when you're going to tap like this, for something like overwhelm, for example, to have a little pad and pencil with you, jot down things as they come to mind, because those are things you might want to have to tap into later on.
Sounds great.
Okay, well, hope this was useful and helpful for you. I'm John.
And I'm Jen.
And we're at EFT Tapping Team, and we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, and if you'd like, you're welcome to come visit us on Facebook, or you can come check out our website at EFTtappingteam.com. See you soon.
See you later.